welcome back to our channel. I'm Megan.
And I'm Ciera, and today we're going to be doing a video that has been highly requested ever since we did our first semester recap.
So, me and Ciera just finished our freshman year at the University of Iowa. That's where we went to, that's where we are going to college at. So, some of you guys also are like, how'd you end up there? And that's because we've lived in Iowa our whole lives, so we just decided to stay in state, and that's why we go there.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've started this video like multiple times now, so I'm just like catching up
to where we're at right now.
I also wanted to mention, if any of you guys are thinking about going to the University of Iowa, or if you're in Iowa, you live in Iowa, or if you just are curious, since me and Ciera no longer live in the dorms, I just thought it'd be helpful to share what residence hall we lived in. So we lived in Burge. Also wanted to mention that me and Ciera were a little hesitant if we wanted to make a second video after doing our first semester one, because I feel like in our first semester video we definitely shared a lot of what our biggest struggles were with like going into college, and especially like the social aspect of it. And so then obviously we have to go through and read the comments, because that's what we do.
It's kind of annoying to like have people that don't even know you just saying like, oh, do this. And
or
like,
even our day in our life. We only did one of those videos because I guess we did a couple vlogs, maybe like we vlogged Dead Week.
We did one day in our life, but then we did like the week of vlogs.
And then it's just like, me and Ciera have like very small friend groups, like that's like 100% how we've always been. And I just hate reading through comments being like, where are all your friends at? Like, I don't see anyone that you guys are hanging out with, just like your sisters. Anyone else? And so I'm like agreeing with you guys, that's true. But me and Ciera decided to make this because this is like who we are, who cares. We're just gonna roll with it and
take me as I am or watch me as I go.
Yeah. Alright, so the very first question is, how much time per day do you spend studying?
Okay, Megan and I should preface all of this by saying, when it comes to like people that like, there's like the average person, and then there's like, I don't know how this is gonna be on the screen, but there's like the low end and the high end as far as like academics in general.
Me and Ciera, or whatever the side the high end is on, me and Ciera are on that side because
not trying to say like we're perfectionists.
So smart.
We're just saying like
we're perfectionists.
What we mean by that is like we're going hard on that end.
Like, we're not just trying to skate by and like do okay and try to make it. Like, we're up here.
Probably more than
like, it's not necessary, but I'm just saying that's where we are.
So take all of this with a grain of salt. What we do is not necessarily what the average college student does.
And we're also interested in going to grad school, so we're trying to also get good grades.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to do that if you're just getting a degree.
So that being said, studying every day, I would say,
if you
as soon
average
as
it
class
out
was over, we would go to the library, and like sometimes wouldn't be done until like 7 or 8.
Yeah, and that's like not every day. It like depends on what's going on, but yeah, it's like probably like 3 or 4 hours daily-ish.
But that's like the extreme.
Okay, and plus it honestly goes by faster than you like think it does. I'm not saying it's a fun time or like, but it's also not the worst time ever. Like, you just gotta do what you gotta do. And
also, Megan and I try to clear the weekends up a little bit just to chill.
Like, we work ahead, so
we like work a lot during the week, and then like come the weekend we kind of say, okay, we're not gonna study that much.
I also thought it'd be helpful. Here's how I think of like time in college. There are like stressful and unstressful periods.
That's true.
So a lot of classes that we had exams in, the exams fall within like a week, maybe 2, but I think most of ours was like within a week. All your exams, like if you had exams, they were all within that week, and then you had like a 3-week break, 3 or 4 week break before your next exams. And so obviously you have to study beforehand, but like as soon as you get done with all your exams, like okay, break time, like maybe for the next week I'm just gonna chill a little bit and like take it easy. I had second semester a I had, how does this work? Chem exam was on Thursday night, and then the next Monday night we had a bio exam, and then that Wednesday I had a psych exam. So that happened like 2 different times where I had like 3 exams within a week of each other, and so it's definitely stressful. It's hard to try and like get all of them studied for, but I made it work, and you just have to plan it out. Like, there's no...
Yeah, I feel like your workload kind of goes like, gets busy, and then once you're done with the exams, it's like, okay, we can chill for a little bit. And then like come closer to the next exam, you're like, okay, we're gonna
studying
again, the workload a little more. The next question is, what's your favorite part about going to Iowa? So I really like the football game.
Me and Ciera are like surprisingly big football fans. Honestly, like
For how
I'm
little
a
we
Hawkeye
know
fan.
about
Just
football,
like,
though.
we're not like clueless.
Okay, we know how it works, like the fouls and.
Another thing that I wanted to like, I saw this question. I was like, okay, here's the thing. A lot of people want to go to like really good schools, like really high up. Would you ever get to rush the field if you're like a top school? Like you don't get to do that because if you're the best, then like.
That if you lose,
you can't. Like Iowa is like pretty good. Some years are better than others, but like they had an undefeated regular season a couple years ago, and so I just am like Iowa's a school where it's like you never know what's gonna happen, and sometimes you can like beat like a really good team like we did last year and just rush the field, and I think that was so fun, and all of like Iowa fans are just like so intense and like love it, and I love it, so that's why I like going to Iowa. So we already said that we're not living on campus next year, so that's why I said we lived in Burge last year, because next year, me and Ciera are moving into an apartment. It's just gonna be the two of us. I'm so excited. Me and Ciera, like, we're just really excited. We're gonna do like apartment move-in vlogs and
well, apartment tour probably.
Like decorations,
maybe we'll break it up into like
apartments and then room tours.
I don't know.
Like we're just really excited, and I think it's going to be super nice because freshman year we lived on campus. A lot of people live on campus. And it's like you almost feel like you never get to leave like school. You're always at school.
Because like, even living in the dorms, it's like all students, and like most of the apartments are like a lot of students too. But like they're like University of Iowa housing, like, you know. So
it'll be nice to like we'll live off campus. We get to like go home,
and we'll have a car.
And we'll have a car. Nice. That's like honestly, I'm excited for that. You feel like you're kind of stuck if you like when you don't have a car. There's like things around so you can walk places and stuff. Sure. Me and Ciera even took like the public bus sometimes. This was more like once to like get farther away to go places. But like you really do kind of like you can't go a lot of places if you don't have a car, and I wouldn't recommend bringing a car your first year. I feel like that's like unnecessary and it's expensive to get parking spots. But it's like, you know, it gets annoying, so definitely excited about that. Just gonna throw this in here really quick too. We've mentioned it on multiple videos and like on a bunch of different things, but someone asked, actually multiple people asked if Maggie's going to the same college as us.
The answer is
and
no.
Actually no, she's not. So Ciera and I go to the University of Iowa, and Maggie is going to Iowa State University.
Yeah.
So
I saw someone somewhere say Iowa University, and I was like, what school are you talking about?
So Maggie's always been an Iowa State fan, so it's kind of like she's probably
She actually was
to go here this whole time.
super close.
She even came like toward Iowa when we were there.
This close, we almost got her.
But she's not, and so that's why I said this fall we're gonna have to see what happens with videos and stuff, because we don't know. My answer for this question is probably going to be not what people would expect, but this question is, what is the hardest and easiest part of college? And I don't know what Ciera is going to say, but in a weird way, I'd almost say like, the hardest part of college for me, or the part that I kept like struggling with, was like the social aspect of trying to figure out like, who am I supposed to be hanging out with? How are you supposed to meet people? Like I just could not figure that out, and I know you guys will probably comment stuff and I'll probably get annoyed for whatever reason, like we were talking about. But like that truly was probably the hardest part in my opinion. And I don't want to say easiest part, but like on the flip side, like the easiest part, or like what I was expecting to be so difficult, was classes and grades. And that was like surprisingly manageable, or like I knew that if I put the effort in, I'd get like a good grade. So
I would agree with both of those.
It was like, that's probably the opposite for a lot of people. But grade wise, I was like, I know what they expect for me to get this grade, and I know what I have to do. So if I just do it, then I can get there and do fine. The social aspect, I could never truly like, I just couldn't figure out how
you're like join clubs and stuff, and it's like
I looked at like every single club, like I joined clubs, and I just like couldn't get myself super attached to anything, you know?
There's one club that I want to try joining in the fall. So.
Like I'm not giving up. Like I'm just saying it's not all like just pick a club and there you go.
Yeah.
It's not that easy for me anyways.
Going off of that, and this might kind of like tie into a question we have later on, but I just kind of want to talk about how like grades and classes are so much more manageable than people make them out to be, at least in our opinion. I feel like a lot of people are like, college is impossible. They don't even like tell you like what's gonna be on the exam, like stuff like that. They say like there's like you're like basically like supposed to fail, and I just like did not feel like that was the case at all. I felt like the syllabus that they give out in the beginning has exactly what is expected of you in class, and from my experience, everything on the exams was pretty much what we learned in class.
Okay, so this question is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being almost nothing and 10 being overwhelming. How's the workload of college classes and finals? I'm gonna say, okay, if we're doing like a finals week,
Finals
stress, it's probably like, okay, hold on. This is actually different. First semester, I was at like a 10. I was at a 10. Like, if it's just overwhelming, it's definitely overwhelming,
I would say I was at an 8.
Okay. I had so many papers I had to write first semester. I was just like, wow.
She only had 1 final.
Like, I only had 1 exam final, but like, honestly, the paper writing was worse to me. And so then second semester, I don't know if it was the weather was nicer or what, like seasonal depression lifted off of me, but I was just like cruising through finals. Like, I obviously did a lot of studying, but it was just like I felt so much less stressed, and like I just was like, that was probably maybe like a 6 or 7. Like, I was just like, this is so much better than
5 or 6 for me.
So I'm not saying every finals week is gonna be the same.
With that one, it was like, you're not just looking forward to like winter break, you're like, it's summer!
Like, I did it, I finished the whole year. So second semester definitely was better for finals week.
Another thing that we want to touch on is kind of gymnastics related, but just for like a split second. And it's mostly just kind of to say we're not just gymnasts, because the question was, do you ever find yourself like missing gymnastics, and like, do you ever want to go back?
Like,
or some people are like, are you gonna like do the college team next year?
Are you
like,
going to like, are you gonna go back to gymnastics like after
and, like,
college?
The answer is no, I don't really know how that would work.
Essentially what we're saying is that like we get a lot of questions about, you know, continuing to bring gymnastics up into our lives, like, okay, but you're gonna go back to this, like you're gonna
go back,
to
right?
go back. It's like, I love gymnastics, you guys. Obviously we would not continue making gymnastics videos, or like we would not be doing gymnastics on our channel for this long if we didn't love it. But with everything in life, you grow up and you have to move on. My goal in life is not to be a gymnast or do gymnastics or go back to gymnastics or even be on a college gymnastics team. Like, one, I can't. Like, impossible. Fight me on it. But like, it's just not my goal. Like, we like doing videos, but it's like we are also different people, more than just gymnasts.
Like, the most Megan and I will ever get back to gymnastics is when we go and visit the gym and try out some old skills. Like, and when we are making videos.
There's questions of like, how do you keep up your gymnastics skills in college? It's like, you guys, we don't go and practice. Like, that's just not what we're doing. That's not our goal. That's why our gymnastics is not as good, and it's a little rough now. So, because we don't do it. We just do it for videos. Exposed.
Remember when we used to go outside and do gymnastics? So this next question is, what is our daily schedule? I thought that was a fun one because I have like a pretty set schedule, I feel like, once the school year gets going.
I want to interrupt real quickly. I think,
at least you did that.
I usually interrupt, so just, we did a day in our life in college video. We only did one last year, and it's like, I really want to do more of those because I like doing them, and I think that a lot of you guys find them interesting. We were like a little discouraged after doing the last one, but like we said, I'm just kind of ready to like move on and do what I want. If I want to make a video of what we're doing, then I will. So I think that that'll definitely give you an idea of what we're doing and what our schedule is like next year, because I think that's going to be very different than what it was last year, but Ciera will explain.
So, we work out in the mornings usually when we're at college, and then I assume that after we're done with class for the day, we'll probably go to the library, because the library is our favorite place to study. I know some people are like, oh, I love studying in my room, I love studying at this like little coffee shop. Whatever works. Like, Maggie and I go to the library, I just go, focus, get it done, and then I'm kind of like, okay, we're done for the day, because Maggie and I have planners that we say like everything we want to get done that day.
So if we do it, hopefully, then we leave.
Sometimes, that doesn't always happen, and we're saying.
Sometimes we overshoot it.
Sometimes we're like, done, cut it off for the day. That's pretty much it. That sounds like a boring day, but it's like the small things that happen, like,
and it's like, you know, do little things that like make you get through your day. Like, say when I'm done studying, let's go get ice cream.
Like, our days aren't all just like the same exact thing. It's like the little things we do that are different every day that makes every day different.
For everyone asking, Ciera and I do not have boyfriends. We never have, and we
never will.
Never have, never will. I'm kidding. I hope eventually I do. But yeah, the answer is no. There you go.
The next question is from our older sister, Haley, and she said, how awesome was it having me around again? And she was like, you better include my question. So honestly, it's kind of weird because Haley had gone to college 2 years before we ever went to college, so like she wasn't living at home for 2 years. And then like all of a sudden we went to seeing her pretty much every day. And like things didn't change that much.
Like it was not even weird. But
Yeah.
I would highly recommend if you're close with your siblings to go to the same college. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun time. We hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and also comment down below some more video ideas for us to do on this channel. We already have some ideas to get going and like going into the fall semester. But I think we definitely agree that we want to use this channel more. I know we keep saying that.
Also, you guys, make sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the red button down below and turning on post notifications. Because you never know when you're gonna get a video on this channel, because we don't know either. And yeah, we're trying to grow this channel a little bit more and post more on here, so subscribe.
So we'll see you whenever we post on this channel again or on the Ciera 6 too. Bye.
Bye.